Hello, family. I welcome you once again to this channel. I am your friend, Ebenezer Himmel, a servant of our Lord Jesus Christ. And as I always say, if you really want to hear messages that will reshape you for heaven, then you are in the right place. Subscribe, like, comment, and share for the benefit of all. I present to you today, Not I, but Christ, part 2. And this is a true life story. God is my witness. My father, as a full-time minister of the Methodist Church, went on transfers to several parts of the country. And wherever he went, we were with him. These transfers did not enable us grow up in one geographical area, particularly in our hometown, the Nzimaland of the Western region. Whilst we were on transfer, my eldest brother, who was then in our hometown with his wife and children, kicked the bucket. We lost him. Although we did not grow up in our hometown, we went occasionally. And so when we lost my eldest brother, we were to go ahead of time to have adequate preparations for the funeral rite. When the time was fast approaching, we went. And about 3 days to the funeral, my siblings, cousins, and some members of the extended family decided that they were going for some foodstuffs from the farm. And when they had told me if I would join, I told them I would join them the next time. In the villages, most of the farms are not closer to home. And so one may have to walk quite a distance to be on the farm. When they had gone for about an hour, I heard this still small voice saying to me, "So you are home doing nothing, and your family are all going to the farm for foodstuffs that you are going to benefit from. Don't you see anything wrong with it?" When I heard this voice, I pondered over it for a time, and I decided that I have to join them on the farm. Although I had not been to the farm for some time due to the transfer, I knew the way to the farm, and I was confident I could get to the farm. So I set off and started walking using the bush road into the forest where our farm was located. As I went, I also looked out for indications, that is, looking at things like unique trees that we saw on the way whenever we went to farm. Unfortunately, I did not see any. I kept roaming in the forest, and I got to several crossroads. I did not know which one to take. I was so confused, and I even tried all of the roads. But deep within me, I felt that I was getting more irretraceable in case my family was to search for me. I was lost in the forest. I did not also have a mobile phone on me. And even if I had, there wasn't any reception for calls. I was so much afraid because I was the only one there. There was no one to talk to. I cried, but silently, because I was afraid. That was the same time ritual killings were going on in that forest. I sat down, and at that point I decided that I have to lay down in the forest, and if any murderer came to see me, they should kill me, because I gave up. It was there I remembered that, no, I have a God I serve, so let me turn to God. So I got up, knelt down, and prayed to God. In about 5 minutes, I poured my heart out to Him in about a 5-minute prayer. When I was praying, there was this branch of a tree that was over my head. And as I was praying, there was this tiny bird that came to perch on that branch, and I heard a voice, "Follow the bird." This is not a dream. This is not a vision. This is my true life story that I'm sharing with you. I started following the bed. And whenever the bed went far ahead of me, and I was not able to trace it, the bed will look for a place where it will be more visible. And then we'll start rattling. Till I've gotten there before it flies. This kept repeating severally, and I followed the bed. By the time I realized, I had bumped into my family in our farm. I was on our farm. I don't know which route we took to get there, but I was on the farm. What a mighty God we serve. At that point, when all hope was lost, there was no one to turn to. I was so much afraid because if anyone saw me, they could kill me for rituals. God demonstrated his faithfulness through a tiny bed to me. In 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 2 to 5, the Bible tells us that a bird, raven, was sent by God to prophet Elijah to take food and meat to him, to eat, gain strength, and to continue his journey when he was escaping from that witch, Jezebel. This was true. That is true because I had just experienced a similar situation. Brethren, our God is faithful. I've never seen a friend so faithful like God. God is faithful, so much faithful. Even when we have broken our part of the covenant, he still keeps his part of the covenant. I've never seen a friend like this. And when I look back and I see some of these things God has ever done in my life, it is impossible for me to turn my back on him. It is impossible for me to go back into the world. If you really want to serve God, then I encourage you to serve him wholeheartedly, because he will be there for you all the time. Your friend will forsake you. Your church, your pastor, even your wife, your husband, your children, all of them will forsake you at the crossroads of life when the situation is hopeless. But God will never forsake you. He will never leave you. He is a faithful God who is there all the time with all those who rely on him. I encourage you to rely on God. Make him your all in all from this day. And in times of trouble, the only thing you have to do is to turn to him in prayer, and you will be sorted out. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and watch out for Not I, but Christ, Part 3. Till I meet you again, God richly bless you. Bye-bye.